All right. Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive.
Mm-hmm.
Today, we're taking a look at this source called
Every day. Right.
um,
Yeah.
and this basically translates to like uh, finding what you want to do, guidelines and tips.
I see.
And I think a lot of people, when they hear that, they're like, another one of these self-help,
Right, right.
kind of things.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what's really interesting about this is it's not really about like, you know, creating passions out of thin air or anything.
Totally.
It's about finding what is already within you
Yeah.
that you're passionate about.
I love how this source really dives into that idea that, we already have these goals, like
Mhm.
these desires within us. And it's not about
Right.
creating something new. It's
Yeah.
it's more like a process of discovery.
Yeah. And it's like almost like a treasure hunt.
Ooh.
Like you already have the treasure. It's just about finding it.
Yeah, and they talk about how even like those small interests that we have,
Right.
the things that we maybe brush aside,
Mhm.
those can actually be really important clues.
Yeah, like little breadcrumbs
Exactly.
leading you to the big treasure.
It's like those moments where you find yourself totally engrossed in something.
Right.
Maybe you lose track of time.
Uh-huh.
You're just completely in the flow.
Right.
Um, those are the things we really need to pay attention to.
Totally. And it's like that feeling, right, where you're like so into it. You're like, man, I don't even know how much time has gone by.
Yeah, exactly.
And it doesn't have to be anything huge. It could be something like,
Right.
I don't know, reorganizing your bookshelf or, sketching something or.
Totally. Or like diving into a research rabbit hole.
Yeah, yeah.
You get fascinated by a topic.
Yeah, and you go and you go and you
And
get.
just keep reading and reading.
Yeah.
It's like a little whisper saying, hey, pay attention to this. This is something.
This is something important to you.
Exactly.
Yeah. And like you were saying earlier, it's not just about, what we enjoy doing, but it's also what we're good at.
Yes, absolutely.
Like what comes naturally.
Like our natural abilities.
Yeah. And, these are things that might seem mundane to us,
Right.
but they could be like really valuable to other people.
I think about that all the time.
Yeah.
Like, what are the things that people are always asking me for help with?
Right.
Maybe you're the go-to tech person in your group.
Uh-huh.
Or maybe you're the one who gives really good advice.
Right.
Those are your natural abilities, and
those are those breadcrumbs, leading you to there.
exactly. And they might seem obvious to us,
Yeah.
but they could be pointing us towards, a career path that would be really fulfilling.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so we're looking at our passions.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking at our talents.
Yes.
What about this whole idea of like success? Because, this source seems to challenge this kind of idea of like success equals money and fame.
It totally does.
Yeah.
It's more about feeling aligned with your own values and goals.
Yeah.
Like if you could imagine your perfect day
Mm-hmm.
from the moment you wake up to the moment your head hits the pillow.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Who are you with?
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Yeah.
Like that vision can really tell you a lot about what truly matters to you.
Yeah, it's like taking that dream job question
Right.
and like, expanding it out to the whole day.
Exactly.
And what does that actually look like?
Yeah, what does your ideal life look like?
Yeah, and the source also talks about like how important it is to not force yourself into something that doesn't resonate
Yes.
with your values.
That's so key.
Yeah.
Because that's a recipe for burnout.
Totally. We all felt that pressure
Oh, yeah.
to pursue a certain career
Uh-huh.
because it's like the prestigious one.
All right. Or it's supposed to make a lot of money.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like, you're trying to fit a square peg in a round hole.
Exactly. And the source really emphasizes that
Mm.
if it doesn't align with your core values,
Right?
it's just going to be a constant struggle.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, let's be real here for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Money is important.
Of course.
And I can't help but think about that question. What would you do if money were no object?
Right.
Does the source talk about that at all?
They do. They actually bring that up.
Okay.
And it's such a powerful question because it helps you cut through all the noise,
Right.
all the external pressures, and really get to the heart of what you're passionate about, like
Right.
what truly excites you.
Yeah.
So they really encourage people to ask themselves that question
Mm-hmm.
because it can help uncover passions that you might have been suppressing.
Yeah, because of practical reasons.
Exactly.
Okay, so it sounds like basically this source is saying, Find that sweet spot where your
Yes.
interests, your abilities, and your values
All come together.
overlap.
Yes, that's the magic formula.
And it's not just about enjoying it, right?
Right.
It's also about being good at it
Uh-huh.
and it aligning with like who you are as a person.
Exactly. It's about passion meeting purpose.
I like that.
It's not always easy to find that intersection,
Right.
but this source gives us like a roadmap to get there
Mm,
and
yeah.
reminds us that it's a journey. It's
Oh.
not like you just arrive at the destination.
Right. It's ongoing.
It's an ongoing process.
Well, hey, everybody out there listening,
Mm-hmm.
while you're going about your day,
Yeah,
pay attention to those little things that bring you joy.
absolutely.
Those things that you do so effortlessly.
And ask yourself,
And then you don't even think about it.
what would I do if money were no object?
Yeah.
You might be surprised at what comes up.
You might find some breadcrumbs that lead to something amazing.
To a hidden treasure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. That's it for today's deep dive.
Thanks for listening.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.